Hey guys, Ernie here and welcome to the Paleo Hiker MD channel. What makes a good backpacking stove? Well, there's a couple things that I'm going to look for. It needs to be lightweight, packable, easy to set up, and sturdy. It also needs to be relatively affordable. So stay tuned, we're going to take a look at my favorite backpacking stove. I've had this thing now for about a year and a half and I've used it a bunch. So I think it's time to do a proper review. It's the titanium nano stove from Firebox Stove along with the X case. Stay tuned, we're going to check out this awesome stove. Thanks for watching. Before we get started, I'll just ask you guys, do me a favor, hit that subscription button down below. If you like the video, make sure you hit the like button as well. Really helps me out. Thanks. So we're gonna go ahead and pull out the stove here. So once again, this is the Gen 2 or Generation 2 Firebox stove. This is the X case, as they call it. It's an aluminum case. Holds everything inside really well. Let's open this bad boy up. So this is everything that you get. We'll take a look at all the components real quick. This is the X case kit. You get the actual X case itself. It has these two L pieces, which I'll show you all what those are for in a second. This is a solid fuel plate that you can use solid fuel with this particular stove. You also have this little plate here, which is like a heat deflector. I'll show you how that works. This is the X case. It is designed to hold the stove and to allow protection so that if you're on something like grass or something more flammable, it's cold out here and this is pretty wet, it's not gonna really catch fire, but we're gonna use this anyway. This is the titanium nano, okay? Inside you have two what they call nano sticks. Again, we'll talk about what those are for as well. You also get this piece of carbon felt. Now a lot of times what I'll use this carbon felt for, you can grab your pot with it, you can do whatever. It's designed to be kind of a windscreen, although I very rarely use it because I find I don't need it too much. I do use it to put here on the side and I'll put my components on there so that I don't lose anything. It's easier to see. This is the stove itself. You can see how easily you just open it up, pop it, and it goes and stands into place. These legs flip around and you can see that the X in this case basically holds these little legs. So you position the legs so that they fit in the X. Now this thing obviously can move, but it holds it pretty well and gives it a place to sit. I've had this stove for probably about a year and a half and I don't really know how many times I've used it. Probably in the neighborhood of 30 or 40 times. It's easy to use from the standpoint that up front here you can see it's got one feed port. You can put your wood in through there. It's got a second feed port on the side so you can kind of cross them coming from this side and from this side like that. It's got plenty of ventilation at the bottom. It's got ventilation on the side as well. I found that it's easy to fuel. It's easy to keep going. It's very efficient. So all those things that I talked about come in the kind of X case special kit. It's the stove itself, two nano sticks, the X case, carbon felt with the two L pins, a flame guard, a fuel plate, all that stuff together, 8.25 ounces. That is pretty amazing. Okay, I moved real quick. Sun had moved, so trying to keep y'all nice and lit. So here we are again. This is, just for you guys to know, this case at the bottom. Basically, you're able to move this up and it gives you something to sit it on, and you can pick huge pieces of wood straight up, kind of make a Swedish type fire torch or fire stick like that. You have the accessories that I have, including this flame guard that basically attaches like to the side right here. It stops flames from coming up the side and hitting the handle to your pot. The other thing you can do is get these nano sticks and they go across like this. You can see how easy it is to put those nano sticks on there, okay? This does several things. First, it's perfect spacing to put a Trangia, so you can pop your Trangia right in here and use this with your alcohol stove. You also can get this solid fuel plate, pop it in like that, and all of a sudden you can put a piece of solid fuel there and it will take care of heating up your water. Like I said, this carbon felt, basically you use these, there's a pointy end, basically a pointed end. You stick the two pointed ends in and you're able to basically create, you put these underneath. I'm not gonna do it because it's kind of a pain to me. I don't really use it, but you're able to put this carbon felt in front by using these as stands and basically keep the wind away. It is a perfectly windless day today, so we're not gonna worry about that. Most of the time I use these nano sticks to put the Trangia on there. This also works for the gas stove that comes with the Trangia. It just pops right in there. You can put the gas line through the side here, which is just the feed port, and you can use this with a gas stove. So let's go ahead and start a little fire. We're gonna make some coffee here, and I'll show you guys how easy it is to get this thing rolling. So I'll put the 2 cross pieces filled like that. You guys can see basically filling each way. Then I wanna get some really fine stuff. Just pop it in there. Plenty of little stuff like that. Let's get a little bit more. I'm gonna try to do this before the sun goes down here, guys. All right, so there's all that. Now, the next thing you want is you wanna have a nice bundle of little stuff like this for the top. Let me get that together. So there's my little bundle right there. Now, whenever I light this, what I like to use is a pre-made fire starter. I love these fire plugs from Pro Camp Tech. They seem to work the best for me. So when I get these, you want a nice little bit of dry material there, have a little bit on the end extra. Get this fire plug and just kind of fluff it. That right there will catch no problem. Got the Morris spark here. We'll just get this out. This will be easy to fix. Let me zoom y'all in a little bit so you can see the inside here. One of the things I love about these spark plugs is you can get it started on the side where it's easy. There it goes. Just grab the back side and you put it right in there. Make sure y'all can see. And we can go ahead and put this little bundle right on top. Just give it a few seconds and it'll catch for us. Let me get a little bit more of this thin stuff together to get this going. I have found that you really want small length stuff to make the stove go good. It depends. If you're going to obviously be doing kind of a longer burn, then you want bigger stuff. I'm just going to boil some coffee. So I want that initial heat from the burn, and then I'll use those 4 small pieces I put from the side to basically boil my water. While this gets going, let's get our water ready to boil. Starting to go good. We don't want to miss that strong flame. Got our Canteen Cook Kit from the Pathfinder school here. Let's get some water. Don't need too much, maybe 8-10 ounces. Now this is one of the interesting things. So all of a sudden, it doesn't fit. You see that? So this is what you do. You just grab these, you flip them around. And if they're too hot, guys, to grab up top, just go on the bottom, flip them around. They still fit in the X case. Just gonna flip all these around. And you can see what it's doing basically is making a much smaller footprint, allowing you to get your canteen cup, put it right on top. I have found that it's very easy just to come in right underneath and add stuff just like this. When I'm trying to get something to boil, and that's all I want is just to boil, we'll put the top on and just add things little by little. This is one of the things I love about this stove is there's just a lot of room. There's a lot of room to work with. You can put stuff straight in, give it a little air. And you've got it going. Now all you got to do to boil some water is just be a little patient. Put things along the sides like this. You can, of course, like I said, put it in the side ports if you want to. I find putting it just around the edge here works really good for me. You can see how wet everything is. We get our kuksa here. This is a kuksa from Russia. I ordered it online off of Etsy, and it is awesome. I can show you guys a full review if you really want, but it's an awesome kuksa. Handmade in Russia, birch wood. Keeps coffee remarkably warm. I would have thought I'd lose a lot of heat, but it really does not lose a lot of heat. To show you guys this is obviously burnt down, so you just push these in. They're going to be busted because they're burnt. Push those in all the way. Come over here, same thing. They're burned through for the most part. You just push them in, just like that. Like any of these stoves, if you walk away, I mean, it's gonna burn through the fuel pretty quickly. Walk away or start filming something and talking, like I do, then when you come back, it's gonna be out. or I shouldn't say out, but it's certainly not rolling or anything. Very simple. Put some new fuel, just like that, and blow. My goodness gracious. And look guys, if you ever have a hard time, although this is starting to go, just grab your canteen, pull it up, pour a bunch of nice little stuff right on top. And again, try to avoid the smoke. Oh gosh, can you see how wet everything is in Louisiana? My gosh, it's smoky. Holy moly. I'm getting close. I would say probably maybe another minute or two if we can keep this thing rolling, which we're gonna do. Sounds pretty good. Let's check it out. There we go. Make sure this isn't too hot. It's not. So we'll get our cooks over here. Make sure y'all can see and make sure I leave enough room for my cream. There's my coffee. Add a little bit of cream. There we go. Forgot my spoon, so just shave the bark off a little bit of stick. Give it a nice stir. Now that looks like a good cup of coffee. Another good thing that I like about the X case is if you want to pack up and leave soon and you've got some stuff like this, all you need to do is have a place to go. So grab your X case just like this and you can take this somewhere to put the fire out. Now, since it's titanium, this will cool off super quick. I don't think that's gonna catch fire. What do y'all think? Let's have a drink from our coffee and the cooks are here. Oh, that's good. So why do I love this product so much? The stove, not the coffee. Well, it's basically no assembly required, and I think that's awesome. Some of my older folding stoves, you have to put them together. This one, it just pops together, and it's so easy. It's also super light. I mean, all this stuff together is 8 ounces. The stove itself, which is already cool enough to touch after pulling that out, it's been about 3 minutes. The stove itself, to tell you guys the truth, I don't remember the exact weight of just the stove. I'll put it down below. I'm guessing it's probably about half of it, maybe 4 ounces, 3.5 ounces, something like that. That's pretty lightweight. You also obviously don't need to carry fuel. When you're trying to save weight, you have to decide, am I gonna carry something with fuel? Fuel is consumable, but it does weigh. This, you can just collect fuel wherever it is. You don't have to process fuel really, you just use twigs with this. So if you're going ultralight backpacking, you don't have to worry about carrying a saw or just a knife of some sort if you want, but nothing major. You can just snap the twigs like I did, get this thing going super easy. I like the fact that it's pretty safe to use on any surface. You can use this on a lot of things and protect the underside. It still gets very hot, obviously, and if you use it with the Swedish fire torch method where the wood is straight on it, it does get hot, but it's not gonna burn anything. If you're very careful, you can use this X case in a lot of situations where you probably wouldn't be comfortable lighting a fire. Obviously, be smart, practice good fire safety. Don't be one of those people. It was 20 degrees the other night. How are there still mosquitoes? Lastly, the reason I like it is it's a great company right here in America. Firebox Stove, I've got lots of their stuff. I'm excited. Soon I'm gonna pick up their new full-size titanium version. It's on pre-order right now. I didn't even know that they had started the ordering. I probably would have bought one straight off when they first let them out. I love that stove, but it is a little bit heavy. Maybe the titanium one will fit its way into my everyday use a little more because it'll be lighter. It's cool enough. Let me just show you real quick how it pops back into the X case. Can't get any easier. You want to get your 2 L-shaped sticks and put those in the corners. One here and one right here. They fit into those little grooves. Put down your carbon felt. You can put down your 2 accessories, flame guard and the solid fuel plate. Get your nano sticks. This is the front right here. Freaking mosquitoes. I mean, really. You just put them in the front here. It'll slide right in that little slot, and just anywhere right here it pops in. 1 and 2, and it folds flat. Pop this in here just like that. Fold that over. And there it is. 8¼ ounces of awesomeness. A lot of people like to complain that a lot of us YouTubers review things brand new. Some people do. I mean, there's no doubt. You'll see people actually open up boxes and give you a review. I agree, that's a little bit over the top. I have a general rule that I use things at least 5 times before I do a full review. This is not the case with this stove. I have used this thing, like I said, probably 30 or 40 times. I've had it for well over a year and a half or so. I've put it to a lot of good use. There are other videos on this stove, but I wanted to give you guys my ideas on it, why I like it so much. And honestly, I just think the company is awesome. I bought this myself and I'm proud to use it. I'll just say thanks to Firebox Stove for being an awesome American company and being a company that is innovative and always putting out new stuff, so thanks. So what's y'all's favorite wood stove? I think this is my favorite wood stove. Now I have a lot of wood stoves that I use, but this is my favorite for the reasons that I told you. To quickly review, it's super lightweight, easy to carry, super, compact. You can pop it almost anywhere in any little side pouch, anything you need. Everything you need is here. It has the ability built in to use a Trangia burner with it. It has a solid fuel plate if you want to use solid fuel tablets. It also has those nano sticks that fits the burner that you can use with the Trangia cook kits, so you can use a gas stove with this as well. That is what I call flexibility. It's also, of course, made out of titanium, so it's super lightweight. Let me check and see the current price of this kit. Now it's November and the Black Friday sales are going on, but you can pick this up right now. If you hurry up, everything I showed you guys, $69.99. I think normally it's $79.99, still a very good price for this. Again, you're getting a super lightweight titanium stove, no assembly required, awesome company, great customer service. I had an issue with one of their stoves once. They took care of it, no problem whatsoever. So again, what's y'all's favorite backpacking stoves or ultralight stoves or wood burning stoves? Leave a comment down below for everybody. If you like the video, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up down below. Like I said earlier, really helps spread things across YouTube. If you want to make sure you don't miss any videos, hit the subscription button. And if you want to be absolutely sure that my videos show up on your feed, hit that ding dong bell, and you will be the first to know. Christmas is coming up, guys. I asked you guys to support a lot of the businesses that support us here on YouTube. This community is awesome, and Firebox Stove is definitely one of those companies that supports us here on YouTube. I'll leave a link down below to their store. Check them out. It is a beautiful day here in Louisiana. I've had a wonderful Saturday. It's been just me hanging out here in the backyard, doing my thing. Shot a couple of videos, have really enjoyed it. Now I get to go inside and do some editing. The dark, untold side of YouTube. 2 days ago, it was 21 degrees, and there is a monster mosquito flying around my microphone. Got some awesome videos and trips coming up soon, guys. Just a couple of weeks, and I'll be out of Louisiana, up into Arkansas, enjoying some time up there. As always, I appreciate you checking out the Paleo Hiker MD channel. Stay tuned for more videos soon.